Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn about mechanism and rate law. That means mechanism of a reaction, and we are going to relate it with the rate law. Okay. Now in few of the reactions we have, as it is seen that the order of the reaction does not tally with the stoichiometric coefficient of the reaction. We have seen that is why when we took the example we have taken it as a raised to the power x, whereas in the reaction it was a. That means actually it should have been a raised to the power of small a, right? Understood? That means I'll just quote an example. Like suppose the reaction is a raised to the a. This is the stoichiometric coefficient is small a plus b small b to give us the product, right? So ideally it should have been a raised to the power small a, which is the stoichiometric coefficient, but we take the experimental value and we say it is a raised to the power a and b raised to the power of y, right? That means in this reaction our order of the reaction, because order here will be x plus y, not a plus b. Understood? So that means in this reaction the order of the reaction does not tally with the stoichiometry of the reaction. We have already dealt with such type of reactions, right? This means that there is something else in the reaction which affects the rate of the reaction. Now what is it? So children, that is the mechanism of the reaction. In the previous lecture I have told you about two types of reactions. One was the elementary reaction, and I told you that elementary reaction means those reactions which are taking place in one step only. They are single step reaction. So for single step reaction only one step is there and there is no anomaly, no ambiguity as far as their order of the reaction is concerned. Now the second type of reaction we spoke about is the complex reaction. So complex reaction takes place in a multiple step. That means it's a sequence of 2 or 3 steps. 2 steps, maybe more than 2 steps can also be there. That means for those reactions, what we have to see is that which is the slowest step. Okay, now I'll take an example and explain you. Like suppose there is a group of 10 children who are participating in a running, right? And you have been instructed that all of you are supposed to reach a particular point at the same time. Now the rate at which they will be running, whatever, I mean some of them will be good runners, so they will come fast, they'll be the fastest ones, and few of them will be the slowest one. So the time at which you will be reaching, that should be same for all of the students. So now at what time you will be reaching that particular point, it will be dependent on the student who is the slowest one. Correct? Now you have understood. So similarly with the reaction also, complex reactions are those reactions which take place in 2 or more than 2, that means multiple step, right? So for a multiple step reaction we say that the rate of the reaction which is determined by the slowest step in the sequence. Understood? That means the slowest step, and it is called the rate determining step. Okay, suppose we have a reaction which takes place in 2 steps. First, so 2 steps means one step will be slow, one of the step will be fast as compared to the previous step. So that the rate here will be determined by the slowest step, right? जो सबसे slow होगा, that should be the rate determining step, because the reaction cannot be even slower than that. Understood? So now I am going to explain you by taking an example. We consider the reaction 2NO2 plus F2 to give us 2NO2F. Now this is our reaction which we are considering, right? Now this reaction takes place in 2 steps. First step is NO2 plus F2 gives us NO2F plus F, and second step is NO2 plus F to give NO2F. Now if we consider these are the 2 steps, experimentally it has been proved that the first step NO2 plus F2 to give NO2F plus F, this is the slow step, whereas the second step is the fast step, right? First step is the slow step and second step is the fast step. So we can say that the slowest, which will be the rate determining step, the slow one. Okay, this is our first step, is the rate determining step. So that means order of the reaction will also be based on the rate determining step, that means the slowest step, right? Now the overall reaction of ours will be here, F will cancel out with this F. Okay, so what is our final reaction? Final reaction is NO2 NO2 These will make 2NO2 plus we have F2 to give NO2F. NO2F, how many molecules? So there are 2, so I am writing here 2. This is our final reaction, right? So this reaction, isn't it tallying with this reaction? That means this reaction is a two-step reaction, and here the order of the reaction, if we try to find out, that will be determined by the slowest step, right? So let us calculate. That means rate will be based on the slow step. Okay, now here what is our slow step? This is the slow step, right? This one. So here if you try to calculate the rate of the reaction will be what? Rate will be equals to K. Now let's look at this step number 1. So step number 1 says that it will be NO2 and then we have F2. So F2, and both of them have stoichiometry as 1 and 1. So it will be raised to the power 1 and 1. Now order of the reaction here will be, order of reaction is going to be 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, that means 2. That means this particular reaction is second order reaction. Understood, children? Once again I will explain, and we will be taking another example also. So if we take this example, this reaction takes place in 2 steps. The slowest reaction is called the rate determining step, and the order of the reaction is found out with the help of the slow step only. Understood? And experimentally it has been shown that the first step of this reaction is the slow one and the second one is the fast one. So rate will be based on the slow step only, right? So here rate of the reaction will be K, NO2 and F2, right? And order will be X plus Y, that means 1 plus 1, which is 2. So this is our second order reaction, right? Now the next example we will take is NO2 plus CO to give NO plus CO2. Now this again takes place in 2 steps. First step is NO2 plus NO2 gives NO plus NO3. Second step is this NO3 combines with carbon monoxide to give NO2 and CO2, right? Now experimentally again it has been proved that the first step is the slow step and the second step is the fast step. Okay, so here again our rate determining step will be which one? The first step. First step will be our rate determining step. Now children, we find out the overall reaction for this particular reaction. So overall reaction will be what? This NO3 cancels out with this NO3 and this NO2 cancels out with this NO2, right? So what is the final reaction we have? We have NO2 plus CO to give us NO plus CO2. Right? Isn't this final reaction tallying with the original reaction which we had taken? So children, this is a two-step reaction. First step is the slow reaction. Okay, now let us determine the rate. So if we try to determine the rate over here, then rate will be based on the slowest step. Right? So rate of the reaction here will be equals to K. Now which is the rate determining step? First one, right? So it will be K NO2 whole square, because 2 NO2 are there. This NO2 plus NO2 is giving us NO and NO3, right? So here the rate determining step is the first one, because this is a slow step, slowest step, right? So we have the rate as K NO2 raised to the power of 2. Understood? So again we say that this is a second order reaction. So this is how we have to determine the order of the reaction if the reaction is taking place in 2 or more than 2 steps. In all the cases, the slowest step will be the rate determining step. Now another thing here, that means we conclude from whatever we studied today that order of the reaction depends upon mechanism of a reaction. Again I will repeat, order of the reaction depends upon mechanism of the reaction and the rate depends upon slowest step of the reaction. Understood, children? Once again I will repeat it for you all. From whatever the concept which we have studied, order of the reaction depends upon mechanism of the reaction and the rate in terms of the reaction depends upon the slowest step of the reaction, because as it is, the reaction cannot be slower than the slowest step. Okay, understood? And this concept is very very important, children, and few numericals also will come based on this. Basically it will be like the equations has been given to you and then the steps. So finally you have to conclude. Experimental values will be given to you, that which one is a slow step and which one is the fast step, and based on the slow step you will have to calculate the order of the reaction. We will be solving them, and the notes which I have given you, in that also I have quoted certain example. Please go through it again and again. If you don't understand, write down the notes and solve the problems based on this concept. And next we will be taking up is the integrated rate law. That will be in the next lecture. Thank you, children.